Alright, let's try menu 18, beef ravioli in meat sauce. Double bagged again. And we got our main course. Some lemonade powder. A kippered beef snack. Raisins. Just raisins. Never had a bag of raisins in one of these before. Cheese spread with jalapenos. This is one of the best ones. Tabasco sauce. A toaster pastry frosted with brown sugar. It's a Pop-Tart. The MRE heater. Hot beverage bag. Our accessory packet. This one looks like a packet C. The ubiquitous spoon. And some wheat snack bread. This stuff is not trans fat free this time. And here's all the contents laid out. Let's go ahead and get this MRE heater working. And so is toaster pastry in here too, so I can get a little bit of that warmth. Have a nice warm toaster pastry. And I'll put this off to the side. So this wheat snack bread is just like before. Only thing different is that it's not a 2-pack, so it's just the one piece. It doesn't taste bad. I just don't like eating trans fat if I don't have to. Alright, here's a real piece of bread. Now let's take a look at this cheese spread with jalapenos. I bet I have to knead this beforehand too. Yes, knead package before opening, it says. So that's what we'll do this time. Forgot to do this last time. Oh yeah, I can feel this getting to be a much better consistency. Okay, I've been doing this for long enough. It should be good now. I don't see any jalapenos in that. But it tastes good. I can taste that jalapeno flavor. Not very hot. It's just got that kind of salty, roasted jalapeno flavor. Eating this with crackers makes more sense to me, but we were given bread. Let's take a look at this kippered beef snack. It also says it's a type 2, style A, flavor 1, chunked and formed, smoke flavoring added. Inside we find a commercial branded beef stick. Never seen a Bull's beef stick in a store personally, but I like these. There's a pain to open. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty dry, but it tastes good. Tastes like a plain flavored hardly even a pepper taste. Very light smoke taste. But it has that texture and consistency of store-bought beef jerky. Cheese, grommet! We've forgotten the cheese! I like this cheese. There's 3 different cheeses I've seen. The regular, the jalapenos, and one that's with bacon. The bacon one is actually pretty gross. And this is not very sticky. It keeps falling off. And I looked at the ingredients, and yeah, there is jalapenos in this. They've just been pulverized to the point where you would never see it. Let's finish off this beef stick. So, this is a accessory packet C. And so what's different about it and the A and B? Let's take a look. Older accessory packet C's from the early 2000s came with a packet of hot cider mix, apple cider, but I've never seen one of those personally, but this was packaged in 2015, and in it you get regular spearmint gum. This is the only accessory packet that doesn't have the cinnamon flavor. So here's the two types, cinnamon and spearmint. The A and B packets come with the cinnamon, but the C packet is the only one that has spearmint. We also have instant coffee creamer, and instead of sugar, we get some Splenda in the C packet, and salt, a moist towelette, and napkins / toilet paper. Today's not a bad time of the day for me to try some coffee, so let's do that. First, let me show you the consistency of this Genial brand coffee. Here you can see it's a very fine powder, and there's some bigger chunks in there too, but primarily a fine powder. And I also have, this is my last packet of Instant Type 3. This also came in MREs, but I haven't seen it in any of the newer ones that I've had. So I think they might have just phased this out recently. But this is a freeze-dried, so let's take a look at it. Look at that. I didn't know the difference would be so obvious. You can see, first of all, that this is a much lighter color, and it's much more granular, sort of like a cat litter. So if I had to guess, I would say that this is like the Type 2 spray dried, which I've seen that they're phasing that back in. So let's give both these coffees a shot. I think I've successfully done that. So here we have the Genial spray dried, I believe, and the Type 3 freeze dried. I think they'll need a bit of a stir. Those thicker granules of the freeze dried coffee don't dissolve as readily easily, it seems. Like there's still some chunks in that. Okay, that's looking pretty well dissolved now. I can't see any more chunks. So let's try the spray dried coffee first. Not a bad cup. Not a bad cup of instant coffee. Tastes about as good as you could hope instant coffee to taste. I'd say that I am missing some of the flavors that I might find in a real cup of coffee, but there's nothing gross in that. Let's try this freeze-dried coffee now. That is a bit smoother and quite a bit lighter too in flavor. This is more robust. Yeah, spray dried got more of that instant coffee flavor that sort of takes some getting used to if you don't normally drink instant coffee. In the freeze-dried stuff, those flavors are muted a bit, but at the same time it's not as much of a bold cup. And also it's just not as strong. But the strength is very minute. It looks to be less dark. But you gotta be careful. I think that's partially a mind game. I think the color is an easy way to trick yourself into thinking that this one would taste stronger. So I'm trying to be more analytical right now. Yeah, you take a sip of this and it just hits you in the face. Whenever I switch back to this one, I gotta wait a while, wash my mouth out, so that I can taste it as well. Hard to tell if there's really a difference in caffeine levels. But yeah, I did this wrong. I didn't use hot water to make these. Just used room temperature. This probably would have dissolved better if I used hot water. As for this bag of raisins, pretty sure it's just gonna be a bag of raisins. Never gotten a bag of just raisins before. Usually it's a trail mix or a nut raisin mix. Them are raisins right there. I like raisins. Nice and sweet. It says that these are NTS select raisins. I wonder what NTS means. Alright, I left this to sit for so long, it's starting to cool down a little bit now. First off, let's look at this warmed up Pop-Tart. Da-da-da! Wow. You gotta drink coffee with a Pop-Tart. Brown sugar and cinnamon Pop-Tart, you can never go wrong. Alright, let's tear into this beef ravioli and meat sauce. Not too bad. I don't always put these on plates, but it was here, so I figured, what the heck. Much easier to just eat it straight out of the bag. You know, this really doesn't look bad at all. This looks good. Sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top just to make it look pretty, and you'd fool anybody into thinking they're not eating an MRE. Oh yeah. Now that tastes good and tastes like it came out of a can of Chef Boyardee. I think it's slightly lower salt flavor though, if I had to guess. Let's try to get a cross section of one of these raviolis. Now there it is. You can see it's got a little meat filling in there. But combined with the meat sauce, it doesn't matter. This is a nice meaty dish. So if you ever want to stock up for the apocalypse, I know it works pretty good. Pop-Tarts and Chef Boyardee. To an extent, I mean, I have had a can of Chef Boyardee that was not bad. The can was not bulging or anything, but it was past the expiration date and tasted a bit off. Well, this, on the other hand, is just going on packaged 3 years ago, but it tastes absolutely great. Yeah, I can taste there's some cheese in this too. So that Parmesan cheese I was talking about, not even needed. You know, these two things don't taste bad together at all. I kind of like it. And then with the coffee, No, that's a bit weird having the coffee with ravioli. Okay, we got some Tabasco. We gotta use it. If I can get this thing open. Ugh, there we go. Yeah. Never turn down free Tabasco. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you're ever in a pinch, you want to make some Chef Boyardee beef ravioli meat sauce taste better. If you want to give it a kick and a little bit more fun, Tabasco. Put Tabasco on it all the way. Man, that's good. 10 out of 10. Would eat beef ravioli and meat sauce again. Pop-Tarts make a nice dessert too. Especially with the coffee. Yep. I'm sure the freeze-dried coffee would taste much better if they gave you slightly more of it. But as it stands, this spray-dried coffee, and in this case, this Janelle brand, tastes way better. We're almost done. To make this adventure complete, we also have to try this lemon lime flavored beverage powder. Make a nice tall glass of Mellowade, as Homestar Runner would say. That's got some strong blue color to it. I can actually see. Take a look at this. You can actually see the bits that have blue food coloring in them that have not dissolved yet. That's crazy. Just call it lemon lime, but give it just lemon coloring. Why need to add the blue food, making it green? Oh, this is going to be a challenge to mix up. It's all chunky on the bottom. Man, if I was out in the field, I wouldn't have the time for this. I think they gotta up their game with whatever this formula is, so that it dissolves much better. Still a bit chunky. But those chunks are just way too small to be bothered with now. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah. That is some good old-fashioned lemon lime Kool-Aid right there. Man, sugar's addictive. I just want to chug that thing. Strange that they gave it this monster green color. It's a bit too much blue in my opinion. But yeah, it is reminiscent to the sort of lemon lime that you might taste in a Sprite. It just doesn't have the bubbliness, and it's a bit thicker. But yeah, not bad. If I need something sweet to enjoy, this would definitely make my day. But anyways, let's finish it off with this, I believe, spearmint gum. It could be peppermint, but I get tired of that cinnamon gum. It's always nice to see this clear packet. Yeah, it's a bit pepperminty, but not super strong. No. Yeah, that's peppermint gum. Strange that they don't do a spearmint. If you're ever wondering if there's titanium dioxide in your gum so that the outer shell looks more white, just take a quick look at your saliva and it'll appear white from chewing the gum. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that look at menu 18, beef ravioli and meat sauce. The next one we'll be looking at is menu 19, beef patty jalapeno pepper jack. I do not remember having this one before, so it should be interesting. See you then.